Okay, hello world. This is Edward Bevilacqua again, and Sal Guarrella is here again.
Hi, thank you.
And we had a little technical difficulties called dead battery, but we're back now. So that's the technical term, dead battery.
I like it.
Good. And now we were talking about the casino business. I was going to ask a question because yesterday when I was talking to Guido Dero, he said back then people wore ties. They dressed up in the casinos.
Oh, it was like going to an event, being in the casinos at night. It was the place to be. I would see so many movie stars at the Dunes. I mean, I'm talking about big movie stars from the Cary Grant and Janet Leigh and movie stars that you were like, oh my goodness gracious, these people are standing right in front of me, just checking in. Yeah, it was, and they would dress up, and it'd be their event. It was really a class act.
When did it all change?
It changed in the 80s. In the 80s, it really did.
Is that when it became corporate?
Yeah, it did. It went real corporate in the 80s, and it lost that allure. So was the change that the gamblers, the risk takers, sold to Howard Hughes? When Hughes took over, sold or what? When Hughes took incorporated the casino business, it took that personal element out of it. It added a whole different level of layers of authority. Like let's say before, like the story I told you about me getting hired by Sid Wyman. Yeah, that could have never happened in the corporate world. That was about a handshake from the owner to a friend to his son, and that was. And you didn't drop the ball. They didn't say, "Hey, we got to get this kid. Just can't do it." I couldn't. You didn't have that choice. There was no option there. And I was so young and green, and I didn't even know that there was an option. That's what you got to go. You got to do your job, and this is it. Yeah, done deal. And I wasn't the only one like that. There was a lot of guys like me that had juiced in jobs and that had to step up. Some guys didn't step up. Some guys kind of messed up. They thought they had it made, and then they got fired. Okay, so then you started moving up with your career. Were you in hospitality at UNLV? Yes, I took hotel administration. Okay, at UNLV. I wasn't one of the first people to finish there, but I was in that group. Okay. In '81. Okay, and you've been in the business ever since. I have. When did you move from the hotel side to the casino side? Well, it's funny that you bring that up, is because I've always been the casino side. Even when you're in the hotel side. And I didn't realize this until someone actually told me this. When I was at the Dunes, I was the casino marketing. Because so what is that? I was the assistant hotel manager, and there was no hosts, there was no casino marketing. The people that took care of the players was me. So the players that would call, they would call me, and I would book the reservations. Sal, I'm coming into town. Yeah, Sal, I'm coming into town. Can you give me that suite? Sal, I'm coming in with my wife, and I need 2 additional rooms. Hey, this is So they would. Now, what if they didn't deserve it? How did you handle that? They deserved it. So nobody called you who didn't deserve it? No. They only got your number. They got to that. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. So the people that I would dealing with that would get the comp suites and the comp rooms were the people that warranted that. I would, of course, I would take care of anybody that called me. But how did the system work that they got to that level? Like the pit bosses would tell somebody, or the guys in the eye in the sky would say, "Hey, that guy's." They didn't want to bother with it, so they wanted me. I took care of it because the pit bosses were too busy. So you'd be walking around and finding who's doing what? No, they would come to the hotel, the front desk system, which was real close to the casino. The players, yeah. And say, "Here's who I am." Okay, well, like a floorman would bring a guest to the front desk and bring him in. They would put him in the hotel. They would rate his play and they would comp him. But then after that, in the introduction, they would have my name. They would call me, and I would book them in, and I would put the reservations in. It was from that point forward. From that point forward, yeah. And you just signed, okay, food, shows, depending upon who they were. Well, it was all it all checked against their playing the cage. And if they weren't playing, then the next time they call, what do you say? Like, hey, I can put you in, but I can't comp you up front. You have to, always on a qualified basis. Okay. We had it all set up. And people knew. Sure, they knew. They knew that they're not going to get comped if they're not going to play.
God.
And
So they can't come to town to shop.
they're not going to come. In those days, you didn't come to Las Vegas and not gamble.
Yeah.
If you didn't gamble, you
didn't come here.
You could come, but you just didn't get.
But what would you come for? If you didn't gamble?
Just the weather, the shows. And Las Vegas was great then too.
Okay.
You know? There's a lot to see, a lot to do.
All right.
People would come for believe me, when Elvis was at the Las Vegas Hilton, that was a huge thing. When Frank Sinatra was at Caesar's Palace,
People would come just to see that.
Dean Martin at the MGM, it was such a vibe with those big names. Paul Anka at Caesar's Palace. There were such great shows in those days. You know, then the other hotels would filter off of Frank Sinatra at Caesar's. We had the show at the Dunes, Casino du Paris in the 70s. It was a great show. People loved it. People loved the shows. They loved the dining. They loved the ambiance of being in a casino.
You felt good coming.
Yeah, you did.
Like you still do.
Absolutely, you still do. And that's what we're doing here at Ellis Island.
Yeah,
you know?
let's talk about Ellis Island.
You know,
so Ellis Island is opened when? 60?
They opened in 1968 as a freestanding restaurant called the Village Pub.
Okay.
In 1986, the owner changed the name to Ellis Island.
Because his last name is Ellis.
Yes,
It was a nice play on words.
And his family came to Ellis Island, and it was a nice little combination.
Okay.
Then in '89, we opened a casino, and it was
So it's just a restaurant?
just a restaurant in '68.
Okay.
And then in '89, we opened
Sort of like the Pepper Mill?
kind of.
But Pepper Mills doesn't really have well, they do have a casino, I think, in Reno.
They do have a
But it's a busy restaurant.
Yeah, it's a restaurant. And that's what this was. It was a restaurant bar. It was a place for the dealers to come after work,
Okay.
and they would come in and have a drink. It was off the strip, and it did very well. It did very well.
So
Restaurant
was
bar
Gary
business.
a gambler or was a restaurant guy? Is he
Gary's father was in the casino business,
Okay.
and he also
From the early days?
in the '60s, '50s,
Okay.
and '60s, and he also was a real estate person.
Oh, okay. And related to the Alicios in San Diego.
Yes,
Okay. Mr. Ray's restaurant.
Mr. Ray's restaurant is a great place.
Okay. So
So in '89, we opened the casino, and
were you here?
I did open the
You
casino in
opened
'89.
it.
Yes.
Okay. So you opened the casino here in '89.
I sure did. I had the video, and I found that video, and I gave it to the owner, and I said, "Remember this?" He goes, "Oh my God, who are those guys?" I haven't changed, but you know,
Yeah, right.
let's go.
Of course.
So then I left in '91, and I went to work for the Aladdin, I said, and the Stratosphere, and then I worked for the past 15 years for Caesars Entertainment in levels of management, hotel, and casino marketing, and casino executive casino host.
Okay.
And then we opened it.
At Caesars or one of the other properties?
At Flamingo, Harrah's, Quad,
Got it.
Fuzzy Grill Palace.
Okay.
But it was all one company, so
Yeah.
they called it Caesars Entertainment. I came back to Ellis Island in 2014
Got it.
because Gary Ellis bought the hotel, bought the casino,
Right.
owns the casino, and we are making one working unit, and we are incorporating it as a great business for our guests. For our
You know, I was surprised how busy it was out there at 3:00 in the afternoon.
I know, isn't that great?
Yeah.
That's what we do. You know,
And so who are the people who play here?
we have a lot of walking traffic. We're not far from the strip.
Yeah.
We're only a couple of blocks from the strip.
Okay.
We've got a great food offering. The best prices in town. We have a $7.99 steak special. It's all day, every day.
Okay.
We have drinks. We have our own brewery on property.
Okay. I did not know that.
We have
So these are important things.
it's good beer. We make it here on property for the fresh beer. We have 5 different types of beer.
When did they start doing that?
But '87, we decided
Really?
we built
Make brewing beer here?
No, I'm sorry, '97. Pardon me.
97.
Yeah,
That's a
brewing
long
beer,
time ago.
It is.
That's
it is.
before that became popular.
Yeah, and we do all our food is fresh, prepared here on the side. There's nothing frozen.
Yeah.
It's the best price in town. So a lot of our guests come from the strip from word of mouth. We're doing
Like tourists or people who live here?
as well as locals.
Okay.
Come
locals.
from to come come here and gamble a little bit, and then have a great dinner. Which we might
That's
have.
still the idea, though, right?
Right.
You want people to gamble. Everything else is secondary.
Our business is the hospitality business. And
Okay.
so if you come to have dinner, that's great. If you come to play blackjack, that's great. If you come to do both,
Even
I'm
better.
here for you.
Okay. You want to spend the night? That we can handle
That's
that.
good, right? We got a
Got
beautiful
it.
hotel that we're currently remodeling.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna put that, make the hotel a destination point. It's a 300-room property, and it's gonna be a really beautiful place that you would want to stay.
Is it still going to be the franchise that it is?
It's I don't know.
Okay. Wink, wink. Okay, good. So, well, you have a great location,
Yeah, we have a great location.
and I had no problem parking.
Isn't that one of the biggest things
If you're from here, you
that
get that very clear.
that you are just so frustrated?
Yeah.
Trying to go to a place or go to a casino or go to a restaurant and you can't park and that's a deal breaker. Well, I'd like to go to that place, but it's such a hassle to park.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have that problem with our hotel.
Yeah.
We take care of our customers. We take care of our internal and external guests, and I myself, and I can speak to it personally, is that's it's not a job.
Yeah.
It's a passion, and it's a mission, and it's my life. It's what I do.
Well, that's the Italian way.
Italian way. Being an Italian for a little while.
Yeah. A few years.
My whole life.
Uh-huh.
And I was raised on hard work. I was raised on doing a good job. I was raised on, we're as Italians, we want to please. We're pleasers.
Yeah.
I wanted to please my dad. I wanted to please my mom. I wanted to please my teacher. I wanted to please my boss. I wanted to please my guests. That's just part of my personality.
You want to exceed their expectation.
Every time.
Yeah.
And that's just part of. Is it me? Is it being Italian? Is it being our culture? Yeah, it is. And I can say that unequivocally that part of what we do at this casino is cultural. We want to feed you. We want you to have a good time. We want you to have fun. I want you to laugh. I'm going to tell you a joke. You're going to laugh. You're going to tell me a joke. I'm going to laugh. I say this, and I'm doing commercials, and I say this all the time. Come home to Ellis Island. Because when you come here, it's like coming home.
Well, that's the Italian American Club has adopted that same approach in the last 3 years. The club was down to less than 100 members when I moved here 4 years ago. And, because social clubs, there's so much to do. Why, it's not like the old days, but it's social clubs. And 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, decided to bring in, Jim Gerard?
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, so he is one of the owners, or the owner of the Tap House.
Yes.
Okay. And Fellini's.
Yes.
The strategy.
Yes. I know the family.
And Ben Spano. So Jim is from Cleveland, and Ben is from Buffalo. So they saw what was going on at the club and said, we think we can help out because the Tap House has a lot of entertainment. And over the last 4 years, the club now has 650 members, mostly business owners and professionals. As I told you earlier, it's the Review Journal restaurant, best Italian restaurant.
Yes, you showed me that. That's fantastic.
And but it's because we adopted that same type of thing of make people happy, make them feel like they've come home. And when you go have dinner at the club, people there. It feels like you're at a club. It's not you don't know people.
Well, that's what we're doing here.
And I was going to say, I think that's.
You can't take my come home to El Salvador. It's mine.
Okay, well, come to. Let's see. What
you can
can we?
figure something. We'll work on that later.
Okay, we'll work on that later.
With that.
So, so things are working out.
Things are working out. One other thing that we're doing here that I think that what is missing in the gaming business is the fun factor.
Fun.
And it's not some fabricated fun of a party pit of a girl dancing in a mini skirt or a girl dancing in a bikini. That's not fun.
Yeah.
What's fun is coming to a casino where people are engaged, and they're happy to be there.
Yeah.
They're not upset or worried about, whatever.
Yeah.
People that we bring the fun back to Las Vegas. So I did a little thing here called the Ellis Island Icons.
Okay.
I have celebrity lookalike dealers. So I have a Marilyn Monroe, an Elvis, a Celine Dion, a Bette Midler, and I'm looking to expand that a little bit too, so that you can come to our casino and you can play blackjack with Marilyn Monroe, and she's in character.
Now, was that your idea?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great idea.
You can come to Ellis Island and you can play blackjack with Elvis, and he'll play. He's in character, and he's flipping the
character,
cards.
so he's talking like Elvis.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I think that people love it, and they do, and they.
Well, they go home and talk about it.
Sure.
For
And
sure.
they take a picture with Elvis, and they take a picture with Marilyn Monroe or Bette Midler, and they're not the real people, by the way.
They're not.
No.
Oh.
As I said, but they and these dealers, they're engaged, and they're fun, and they're having a good time, and the music and the whole feel is fun. And I can't go back in time to the 1970s at the Dunes Pits where people were having a good time and people were having a good time, and the band was playing in the bar. But I can bring what I remember as what captured me,
right?
Which was immediately enamored me for why I wanted to stay in the casino business and the hospitality business, was that blink that got me. Yeah, this is what I want for the rest of my life. This is where I want to be, and I want people to give us a chance to come and see what we have to offer, and we're having a good time here, and we got a lot of plans to do a lot of fun things here.
Well, we are going to support you every way that you would like, Ciao Tutti. So whatever you need, just let us know. We'll support what you're doing, and
which is funny because Ciao Tutti
is your name.
Is my name, and as a child, my mother would call me Tutti because that's a nickname for the name Salvatore. And when this came to me.
So tell us about that.
Well,
there's this string of things that happen.
I got an email from the creative director, and it's Christina. She says, "Would you like to be interviewed by Ciao Tutti?" And I thought,
what?
Is it hello Sal? Is it hello Tutti? What does that mean? And I said, of course, because this is a sign.
Yeah.
Hello, my name. And
never heard of it.
Never heard of it, but
I
was. You got me.
Yeah.
And then I went to dinner.
Where'd you go?
I went to Norris.
Is this one of your favorite places?
I do like Norris.
Yeah, I like Norris too.
Yes. Not as much as I like Ellis Island, but I like Norris too. So we went there for some with my wife and son, and I saw this magazine. And I said, "Oh, this is great. I got to do this." So I looked at the magazine, I read it, and I was looking so forward to meeting you folks and doing this interview and talking about what we talked about.
What you're doing here.
Yeah.
So Sal, tell us about the food here.
Oh, the food here?
Yeah. What's the name of the restaurant?
Ellis Island Hotel, Casino, and Brewery.
That's the name of the restaurant.
We have the cafe.
Okay.
Inside the casino.
Which is right out that door, right?
And we have the barbecue.
Okay.
Best barbecue in Las Vegas.
Really?
I would put that against any barbecue.
Okay, so I'm gonna, before we publish the next issue, I will come to dinner.
You got a deal.
Okay.
And chicken and ribs.
Okay.
You can get chicken or ribs or chicken and ribs.
Got it.
That's it there.
Okay.
And in our cafe, we have a full menu. We have our steak special. It's top sirloin. It's fantastic. We've got great Italian specialties. We have the chicken parm.
Okay.
We have the ziti. We have the macaronis. Plus, we have the fish and chips that we're famous for.
I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
I did not know that.
Oh, my word.
I live in Henderson.
I'm telling you, the food here is amazingly good. I'm telling you, it's and I just don't say that because I'm part of this team.
Yeah.
I say it because it really is good.
Yeah.
It really is good.
And you have me convinced that you wouldn't promote something you didn't believe in.
I'm not that guy. I'm not a huckster. I'm a real guy.
How it used to be.
And right.
I tell you what it is. And that's what it is. You can take that to the bank.
A couple things I didn't tell you. I didn't answer on the interview. I didn't go forward, but I'm not gonna tell you something it's not true. But I'm not gonna tell you something. If I tell you something, it's gonna be true.
Otherwise,
I'm a man of my word, and this food is the best.
Good.
I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, we're gonna be here. Now, tell me, where else do you like to eat in town?
Well, I'm a pretty busy guy.
Okay.
I'm a pretty busy guy, so when I do have time, I do Nora's.
Okay.
But I have to tell you, my wife is a pretty good cook herself,
Okay,
so
well, of
we
course.
stay home and we eat at home. But I do like the Nora's restaurant, and I'm going to try the Italian.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that.
You call me, I'll get you in. Because you
Call
got to
me
have
and I'll take
reservations.
they got a deal on that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And let's see. Well, anything else you want the world to know?
I want the world to know that Las Vegas is my home.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about how it's changed since you were a kid here.
Las Vegas changed a lot, but it's the same a lot.
Now, when you grew up, what part of town did you live in?
The West Side,
Okay.
Charleston, and Campbell is where I grew up.
Okay, I don't know where Campbell
Our Lady
is.
of Las Vegas Church.
Okay.
That's where I grew
And
up.
how far was that from the end of where did it end?
Las Vegas was like a little mini city. I mean, I remember when Flamingo ended on, it seemed far. I don't know.
We talked to the Sorrentino brothers, the Frank Sorrentino.
Yeah, sure.
2 days ago. And they moved out here from Brooklyn.
Okay.
And they lived on the west side somewhere. And they said that, I think it was around Decatur. So that was the end of the road.
Oh yeah, that was Charleston and Decatur. Once past Decatur was desert.
Yeah, that's what they said. I think
remember
it was Decatur.
as a kid, I must have been, I don't know, 9 years old. My father and some of his friends wanted to go out in the desert and shoot guns. Okay.
People like doing that.
They did that. They did that still. And I remember we drove and drove and drove. And it was like forever. It was in dirt. And I remember seeing a sign. I don't know why it was Buffalo. I remember as a kid seeing a sign that Buffalo. I thought, Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
It was Charleston and Buffalo. And it was like a million miles away.
It was dirt.
And it was nothing.
That's one thing that always amazes me, how they have the city laid out.
Oh, it was planned. It was planned out decades ago.
Yeah.
But it was, and Summerlin didn't even comprehend what that was. I remember when that came on board in the 90s. But I remember like Decatur was where it ended. I remember after Flamingo was the Dunes Flamingo Road because the highway went the other way. Because it ended where the Rio was, didn't exist. So that ended right there.
It's just amazing.
It's grown a lot. But as a kid in Las Vegas, the people across the street had horses. It was zoned for horses. So it was just guy riding his horse down the street. And that's the way it was. That was nothing unusual. We had our relatives come out to see us, and the guy was riding his horse. They thought they were like on a different planet.
Yeah, right.
And it was like, I was there every day. That's Mr. Collins. He's riding his horse. That's his name. I don't know why I remember that, but that was his name. But then the city, the people, the communities was nothing to do with the Strip. I mean, we all worked there. We all go there. But it didn't filter back into the.
So people your family didn't say, let's go have dinner at the Dunes.
It would be a special occasion. That's right. You didn't go to the Dunes to have dinner just as a whim because you got a comp from your brother-in-law. You went to the Dunes if it was a special occasion. You went to the Dome of the Sea, and you saw, the show, and it was a big deal, and it was pretty swanky. It was real swanky. But
did people go to their senior balls and junior proms to the casinos?
We had those there. We had the not the actual
dance.
We had you would go to the show. I remember I took my senior prom. We went to the Riviera, and the guys we all went. The girls we saw Olivia Newton-John.
Wow!
Before Grease came out. Now it's funny is that she's on stage. She says, "I'm going to do a special song, and the new movie is coming out called Grease, and I have my co-star in the audience who'd like to sing with me. Wow. You might have heard of him, John Travolta." And they get up and they sang the song "You're the One That I Want."
Yeah.
No one ever heard that song before. We're sort of like, that's kind of cool. It's the biggest song, biggest movie of all time. Whatever. That's pretty cool. Wow. That's a true story.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's so many people here who have such great stories.
Oh yeah.
And the added benefit is they're true.
I never met a story in my life. every people, these young people that I work with today, they're, you know, it's a couple generations. You know, I'm in my mid-50s, and these people are like 25 and 35. I tell these stories, like checking Cary Grant in, or
how many other guys are there like you in town that have been here their whole life in the casino business?
Not many.
That knew you guys should have a fraternity.
We would never get anything done. We just tell stories all day. I remember, like, I don't know, was it the New York junket came in? I had Cary Grant there, Janet Leigh, Joe DiMaggio.
Wow.
And a guy, one of the original football players, Crazy Legs or something.
Crazy Legs Hirsch.
Yeah. Like, and I'm like 16. And I was like, so after that, I was there to start.
Like, wow.
It was amazing. Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood and Laurence Olivier were there. After they did their movie, they did their little, I think Long Hot Summer remake in the 80s before she passed, and then that accident. They came to Dunes, just checked in, and they were just like...
Yeah, so that's an interesting thing, that you have this oasis in the middle of nothing, right? Not really easy to get to. And the most famous people in the world come, and it's just like, they're here.
Yeah. They came, they would come out, they would check in, they would sit by the pool, they would have their dinners.
And were most of them pleasant people?
They were really nice people. You know, they were really nice folks, because, you know, they weren't on, there was no cameras allowed. There's no cameras allowed in the casino.
Oh yeah.
And they didn't have any guards up. They were able to relax.
Okay.
Now, a great story. Now, I wasn't there for this. This is a story that I got secondhand. But
okay.
Cary Grant was a great friend with the owner of the Dunes, Charlie Rich.
Okay.
And he would come to the Dunes and stay there. And Charlie Rich would like to play pranks on players that would come in the hotel.
Okay.
So he would ask Cary Grant to drive the hotel limo to pick up the players and bring them to the hotel. Never tell us Cary Grant. So he would do it. So he'd drive the car, talk to the people as they're driving, bring them in, you know. And everybody played along with it, because everybody that worked there knew what it was.
But not the passenger.
Not the passenger. So one player, you know, and Charlie Rich was a little guy, like 5'4". He looked like a Cupid doll. That was his nickname, was Cupid. Cupid Rich. And the guy says, you know, Cupid, your limo driver looks a lot like Cary Grant. And he goes, yeah, he does. Played it the whole time, you know. Great story. And because in those days in Las Vegas, it was a great town. They were great. It was a lot of fun. They had a lot of fun doing it. And everybody that worked in the places, like I said before, was real close and a real family, and proud to be part of it.
Yeah.
As I'm still proud to be part of that. Yeah. I speak of those times as
not the good old days. Those were good days. Not the good old days.
No, that's part of my life. That's part of my life. And those people, those gamblers, those employees that work there molded me to what I am today. And I'm proud of that. And a lot of them were Italian Americans. I'm proud to say that. Well,
that is super fantastic. I have one other last question.
Please.
Sauce or gravy?
It's gravy.
Is it?
Yes,
okay.
it is.
Okay. All right. Good. So you grew up in gravy.
I didn't know where you're going with that, but thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sal. And you know, we're here for you. Anything we can do to help you. We're going to come back for dinner. We're going to see you at the club.
You bet you will.
And thank you very much for your time.
It's been a pleasure. And thank you for coming to see me.